And record. All right, guys, thanks for getting on tonight's call. We'll start out with our recognition and won't be in any order. I'm just going down the line. So, Mel Russo, you're at 6 points, hit Success Club this month. Good job. Katie Anderson, you've got 2 points. Lydia, you're at 5. Morgan, you're at 4. And Lauren, you're at 4. So you guys are just 1 point away from hitting Success Club. Who else we have? Zach McIntosh, you're at 2. Luann, you're at 2. Lauren at 1. Benishek is at 1. Steph Drahozel, am I saying it right? Is at 4. Sarah Broderick is at 12. Let's see what else we got. Nicole Mancuso is on the board at 2. Jess Conrad is at, that was last month. Savannah, you're at 4. And Brittany Watt, you're at 3. Courtney Pund, you're at 4. Brittany Copeland, you're at 4. You guys are so close. 1 more point. And I can't believe it's already almost August. All right, so I think that's pretty much everyone. Tonight, I just wanted to finish up going over the notes that I took at Summit and just a real quick brief thing on what we did at DC Super Saturday. And then we still need 1 more person for a Team Cup team. So, and when I say 1, I mean 2. So if you guys, any of your coaches, or I know hopefully some of you are checking out the recording, if anyone wants to jump in, we got 2 days left to register for a Team Cup team. I know we have the Carolina Knockouts is Jess Conrad is the captain of that team. We've got Anchor of Hope is Lydia is the captain of that team, and our team is is Flabulous. And we're hoping to get 1 more. So we got 3 people lined up. We just need 2 more. So if you guys know anyone, or if you're not on a team and you want to join, then chime in because we got 2 more days to sign up. All right, so let me, how do I make this bigger? There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys again. So here we go. So we can see we left off right before creating high performance coaches. So in the beginning, when you're building your team, it's all about quantity, right? You want to get to Emerald. So you want to have an active coach on each leg. And then you want to get to Diamond. So you need 4 active coaches on each leg. And you want 1 on each side of your coaches to be Emerald. So in the beginning, it's essentially about quantity, right? Well, then as you grow your team, as you hit your rank, as you get to Diamond, and as you build a solid Diamond where you don't necessarily have to worry about people going inactive to keep your rank, then it's about quality, right? We talked last week about how you're going to go from me to we, and you're going to worry about your team and how to help your coaches be successful, and maybe not so much focused on selling challenge packs, right? You're always going to sell challenge packs. You're always going to help people, but the long withstanding income that will be pretty much consistent every month is going to come from your team. So that's when you start to focus on quality. So what is a quality coach? It's one that reflects you. It's one we always say when you're looking for coaches, it sounds kind of cocky, but you're going to be looking for people just like you, right? So you want to develop a mindset for your team. Obviously, it should be a positive one. You want to create a culture, and you want to set the bar high for coaches right when they sign up. And I think that, after listening to this workshop, I think I realized that's something that I don't necessarily do. I am so big on, this business can be what you make it. And I understand some people want to make it a full-time job. Some people want to build an income. Some people just want to do it for the discount. And then there's everywhere in between. So set the bar high, right? Usually when I sign coaches up, I tell them, oh, well, the National Wake Up Call is Monday morning. It's, it's kind of right in the middle of work. So if you can maybe listen to it, that would be good. Or, our team calls Wednesday night, but I always record it. So don't worry about getting on. No, I need to stop that, right? Monday morning, National Wake Up Call. There is a recording for both of these calls, but it's super beneficial if you're on and you can actually listen and hear what other people have to say. And chime in when you need to and ask questions. And it's only 2 little things a week. And these calls are not usually more than 30 minutes. So yeah, I need to set the expectation that for new coaches, you should be on the call. You should be listening to both calls. So set the bar high. So mindset and belief is everything. You want to believe that you can achieve at a high level, okay? Trust that you're capable of leading a team of coaches and a team of high performance coaches that are going to be successful in what they're doing. Like, I mean, I've said this 100 times, I think. You kind of got to walk the walk and talk the talk, like, before you really think you're there. So emulate the coach that you want to be, and then you'll become it. And then I just noted, write your goal down on paper and believe it. We always talk about how when you don't have a goal set and like a set date that you want to achieve it, your business kind of ends up at a standstill. Okay, we always need to be striving for something. Write your goal down, come up with your action plan to get there, and then go ahead and put it into action. And if you're struggling along the way, you can bounce it off. Like this week we have, or this month we have Team Cup. Bounce it off your teammates. Share, what works. And we're going to get into some Team Cup stuff after this. Create your team culture. Make it clear what you want your coaches to be doing. Make it clear, the type of people that you want on your team. We don't have any coaches on our team that are posting in our team page complaining about how shitty customer relations or coach relations is and customer service. Sometimes they are kind of shitty, I'm not going to lie. But no one's posting in here like bringing the rest of the team down, right? So who do you want on your team? And then, again, set the bar high. You're going to lead by example. Consistency is key. We can say that every freaking team call. And then the 3 vital behaviors, of course. So be a model coach. Tell your coaches how to be a model coach and expect that of them. If they, have them share their goals with you and you know what they need to do if they want to get there, because you know what you need to do if you want to be successful. It's just a matter of doing it every day and the compound effect, right? Focus on activity, not results. I think this is huge for ourselves as coaches and as people who are on our own fitness journey. I think it's huge in our coaching business, and I think it's huge for our challengers. Focus on activity, not results. I can't tell you how many times Monday rolls around and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be good this week. I'm going to eat clean. I'm going to work out every day. Tuesday comes around and I'm already like lifting my shirt up in the mirror. Like, does my stomach look any better yet? Like, no, it's been one day, okay? Focus on the activity. You're following a program. It's going to work, but you do not need to check every single day, especially on day 2 like I do. Focus on doing the little things and the results come, right? Don't be so focused. I feel like many times we're so focused on hitting the next rank or, making a certain amount in the week. Don't focus on that, right? Focus on what do you need to do every day to get there, your 3 vital behaviors. Focus on that and getting that done, and the results come when they should come, right? So I think that's big for a lot of things in life. Just if you've got a game plan, it's going to work, just follow through and the results will come. So in getting your coaches started, which we have in our team website, our Knockouts United website, there is a document under coaching that says it's like a what to do document. We went over it on a team call, but basically you sign a coach. So then what? You're going to welcome them to the team on their Facebook or on Facebook in general and in our team page. You need to start the communication and keep the communication going. I can't tell you how many coaches I've signed who they sign up and they're excited. I welcome them and they're like, woo, thanks, I'm really excited. And I put them in the coach training and it's like, okay, that's it. I don't hear from them. And then I message them to check in. How's everything? Are you working on your new coach training packet? How's everything going? Let me know if you have any questions. And sometimes I don't hear from them, right? So it's a matter of you want to keep the communication going. You should be checking in on your new coaches. And, some people aren't real quick to, oh, yeah, I have a question. Oh, I have a question. They think they're bothering you. But it's one of those things where you want to do all you can to help them succeed. If they're not totally motivated, you don't want to drag them along, okay? So it's kind of, the person you're signing up or you've built a relationship with them already. And so you kind of decide where to draw the line. But I do think that it's on the sponsor coach, whoever the upline is, to try to keep their coaches motivated and engaged, just like our challengers, because many of them started out as challengers in the first place, right? And then we've got the getting started right call. So normally we have in our team new coach training, everyone's supposed to fill out their getting started right packets, their new coach packets, and then once they're finished, they're supposed to contact their upline for a getting started right call. A lot of times doesn't happen. So that's another thing. I think we need to be better about checking in with our coaches. How are you working through the packet? A lot of people see the personality test and think, hell no, I'm not doing that. If they don't want to do it, okay. But there are other things in the packet that's going to help get them set up to start their business. So getting started right call is really important. They also gave us some questions that you can ask new coaches that I thought were pretty helpful. So the first one was, what are your fitness goals for the next 30 to 90 days? Because guess what? You are still their fitness coach, right? I mean, your upline sponsor is essentially first your fitness coach and then your business coach. So then the second question is, what would you like to earn per week in your coaching business? And then third, a year from now, what would make it worth it for you to run this as a real business? I think that's a pretty important question because we all start with initial goals. If you're looking a year down the road, a lot can happen in a year, okay? So what is it that you're looking for that would make you treat this like a real business? So, for some people it's income. For some people it's just, they just want to help people. For some people it's just keeping themselves on track. They want to, they want to lose however much weight or get down to this much % body fat, so everyone's different. So it's cool to check in with your coaches and see where their priorities are at. What programs or products have you used with Beachbody, and tell me about your results? So this is essentially getting them to share their story, which is, as we know, a huge part of coaching, right? We focus on sharing every day so that people can connect, feel like, okay, I feel exactly like that. She's got something that's helping. What is it, and we can help them that way. So it's important to get your new coaches talking. Oh yeah, well, I did start with the 21-day fix, and then I fell off track, and then my coach put me in a challenge group, and that's what really helped. And then basically once they talk that out with you, they already know what their story is, and now they just need to share it. And then what days and times can you set aside for your business? So again, you're setting the bar high. You're making them realize, okay, this can be a real business, and it's important that you set kind of business hours to get yourself organized and to give yourself time to get things started. So you're finding out their goals, you're building the relationship with them, and you want to help them to see success as quickly as possible. Whether that be, signing up their best friend and their boyfriend to be coaches to get them to Emerald, cool. Or, well, has anyone commented on your results that you've gotten? Reach out to them, try to sell them a challenge pack, and they get their first challenge pack sale. Whatever tips and tricks you can give them, you want to help them to see success quickly, because if they don't, it gets discouraging and they're going to think, well, this is never going to work. A lot of people sign up and they think that things are going to happen right away, which 90% of the time is not the case. But why would they want to keep coaching if they don't think they're going to be successful about it, right? So make sure you're building them up and make sure you're helping them to see success quickly. Make sure you've got them in the new coach training. And they made a comment saying, identify your rock stars. It's all about sorting, not dragging coaches along. So that kind of went into what we said before. When you're trying to reach out and communicate and help them and move them along, there's a difference between helping to move them forward and dragging them along, okay? So you do, especially as your business grows, want to identify your rock stars and help them figure out their goal and how they're going to get there, and see how you can assist them in getting there. Because not everyone goes all in with this coaching business. But once you have a couple coaches who are ready to go all in, it's like you want to give them all of your undivided attention. And then recognition and encouragement. This is both in our challenge groups, in our team cup teams, in our coaches page. Celebrate everything, right? Whether it's, dropping down a pant size, or signing their first coach, or selling their first challenge pack, or having their biggest paycheck like to date. Celebrate everything. Okay. This is really exciting. So why not celebrate? I believe this is the last thing. How to be a top performing leader, which 50% of your time should be focused on you. You need to make sure you're hitting Success Club. You need to make sure you're signing new coaches. You need to make sure you're still connecting and developing those customer relationships. And you need to make sure that you're running your challenge groups and moving things forward. You want to focus also on the other half is focused on your team, right? So before we said at first it's quantity and not necessarily quality, but as your team gets bigger, you're all about quality. You want to make sure you're managing your team calls. You want to make sure that you're leading your own training groups and challenge groups, that you're trying to schedule one-on-one calls with coaches who need help. Basically, like we said last week, speed of the pack is speed of the leader, or vice versa. But either way, speed of the leader is speed of the pack. It's not vice versa. Okay. And then make sure you're developing a business plan, which basically I do every month, hopefully like a week or two before the month comes. I'll usually update our cover photo, and I'll have a couple dates on there for the coming month on what we've got. Usually new coach training, sneak peek into coaching, challenge group, and then if there's any Beachbody events, Super Saturday, Summit, whatever's going on. Team Cup. So it's important to have a business plan. And then tailor your coaching style, because every coach is not the same. I have some coaches who sign up who want me to proofread every status they post before they post it, because they're not used to posting things on Facebook and they're not sure of what they should say, or does this sound good? Or, I mean, some people, I have another coach who she shows everything to her boyfriend before she posts it. And she's like, is this lame? Like, are people going to make fun of me? Their why is different. You should connect with your coaches. Either they were your challengers first or they're starting coaching on their own. You want to find out their why. You want to be able to, when they get kind of lose motivation, be able to bring them back to their why, what's important, what's really going to motivate them, and their personal goals. And then as a coach, you need to know their professional goals. What are their intentions? What are they shooting for? So you're not going to coach everyone on your team the same way. Last thing, track your business. Business activity tracker. We have a couple other types of trackers on our Knockouts United website. If you're not tracking your business, you can't see where the holes are. You can't see where you're lacking. You know what you should be doing every day, but to get it down on paper and say whether or not you're doing it, which I'm not going to lie, I use the business activity tracker and I put either a 1 or a 0, whether I've done the task or not. And I got a lot of zeros in there, right? But I can see where I need to kind of focus more attention. I haven't been very good on inviting. So next week, all right, that's my what do they call it? In the book, Eat That Frog, it's all about like doing the thing that you like are least likely to do, doing it first and getting it out of the way. So I need to eat that frog on inviting. I need to get that done. I need to wake up, let that be the first thing I do before I'm like scrolling through my news feed or writing a blog post or making a PicMonkey, whatever. So track your data, figure out what you're doing, what you're not doing, because that's where you'll find the holes in your business. And that's a great way to, if anyone ever wants to give me their business activity tracker for the week, we can have a one-on-one call and go through it and see kind of where you're lacking, get some new ideas for whatever you've kind of been skipping over, and it'll really amp up your business. All right. Let's see. That's pretty much what I wanted to go over. The last couple points as far as developing your team. Put people before the numbers, okay? You're here to help people. You're not here to get Success Club points, which you didn't even know existed until you were a coach, right? You signed up to coach because you want to help people. So if you put people as your number one priority, the Success Club points are going to come along, right? Focus on the activity, not the result. Develop your team into a family, right? You're setting your team culture. You're building your team however you want to build it. Celebrate your team. Celebrate people in your downline and encourage independence, okay? I initially, when I started coaching, was in my uplines team page, and I'm still in there. but she wasn't big on like encouraging independence. She wanted everyone to stay in her team page and not branch off into their own teams. And really, that's ultimately what you want in this business, right? I want all of you guys to build your own business and feel confident where you can branch off and develop your own team and your own leaders. And, you know, if you're willing to put that time into it, right? But that's the cool thing about this business is, I mean, you can sit on our Wednesday night calls or whatever night we change them to, for the next couple of years and add all your coaches, tell them to get on this call, and you don't have to lead your own call. But if you'd like to lead your own call, I'm all about it. And I'll help you start to feel comfortable, and I'll help you come up with topics and team call material and whatever. So we're all about encouraging independence. I did want to talk about, where did I put it? Some team cup notes, which I think I deleted. Here it is. So I was listening to an old team call earlier today, and they were talking about Team Cup, and they were talking about how to follow up with people and what to do in your Team Cup group. And the biggest thing to do with the other coaches in your Team Cup group is to share best practices, right? So our Team Cup has a little like group chat on Facebook going, and already we've had one of our coaches share like, hey guys, this is what I've been saying and it's been working, so that we could try it out or we could put our own little spin on it and see how it goes. So share best practices. One of the coaches who spoke on the National Wake Up Call said, as far as Team Cup goes and following up in general, remind the person you're talking to. You should find out their why, right? You know, once you guys start getting into the fitnessy topic, you should be finding out their why. So when you go to follow up with them, remind them of their why, okay? That's the whole reason they want to do this in the first place. Also, we've talked about this before, give them the exact date that they need to order by or the exact date that the group starts, because it creates a little sense of urgency. Also, in your follow-up, you can end with a call to action, okay? Don't be afraid to say, let's get you started. I'm ready. Take my hand. Let's do this. When are you ready to order? And then the biggest thing is, if you're a coach, have you ever, you know, if you think about the other coaches in your life, I'm talking with my hands a lot, I know. If you think about the other coaches in your life, have you ever had a coach that you didn't feel was confident in what they were talking about, or confident in themselves, or confident about the play that they were teaching you on the basketball court? Or you need to be confident as a coach, and people are going to be able to tell whether or not you've got that vibe about you, right? So you've got a solution for them. You know that you have the tools and you have the support and you have the products that can help get them to their goals that you guys just talked about. So be excited about it. Make people feel like they're going to succeed. If they join your challenge group, they're going to have the support. They're going to have the game plan, and all they need to do is put the work in. They're going to get to their goal. And again, just celebrate everything, whether it's in your Team Cup group, with your challenger, whatever. You always want to celebrate everything. So I think that's pretty much it for tonight. And thank you guys for getting on again. And did you guys have any questions about anything?
No, but I remember at Super Saturday, remember when that lady was talking from Canada, one of the top coaches on the Team Cup, She said they had a competition about, let's see who can get to 100 no's first on the inviting part, because I always find that very discouraging when I'm inviting people and I either don't get a response or they're like, oh, no, not right now. And I'm like, okay. You know, so maybe if we try to do that 100 no's, it might actually be like, okay, it might be more encouraging, even though we don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that would be, I mean, that's a fun way to turn it around and look at it. And actually, in my last Team Cup team, we actually have like a handout that we printed out, and there's like 100 little markers, and we just kept crossing off every time we got a no. So I'll try to find that again, and I can post that in Knockouts United, so whoever's Team Cup team wants to use it. But I think that's fun, and it's kind of funny. Like, oh, here we go, another no. But really, if you're not getting a point in August or making the sale, making the connection, you know it's coming later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like that idea. And the girl went on to say she set a goal for herself to hit like SC50, and she ended up hitting like over 100 Success Club points that month or something ridiculous. And she's like continued to hit SC50 for like every month since. So it's possible. There are people out there who need our help. It's just a matter of stepping outside of our comfort zone and putting our ego aside and just reaching out to them, right? So that's what's up. Okay. All right, Molly, go have birthday fun.
I will.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for getting on. Have a good night, okay?
All right, bye.
See ya.
Bye.